Welcome to xEssentials Lite Connector Edition. So we're going to take all of these different tools and make all of this connect to wire. Let's begin. Oh, solder heat shrink tubes, hallelujah. Okay, so I like these obviously. There's a little trick to these. They have like one side's flared out bigger than the other side. I don't know if maybe it's during the manufacturing process, but you'll see that when you look at all of these, the left side here, see, it's bigger. It's a wider diameter than the other side, and that's good. And I'm going to show you why. So if you bring your two wires together like so, there's two different instructions in this. There's the type that if you read the actual instructions that come with this, it tells you bring your two wires together like so, let them, greet each other, and then you lightly twist them like so. That's a light twist. And then what I like to do is that's when I use the one side that is much larger, and I bring it in and over my little splice there. So just like that, I kind of twist it back and forth to make sure that any of the strands that are touching the solder inside of the tube don't pull apart my little wrap. So that's one way of doing it. And then all you would do is you'd apply your heat from the heat gun and shrink it. So inside of these tubes, the heat shrink is the solder in the center, and then the red, it would be red, blue, or yellow in our hobby. Those are the three main sizes, or AG or AWG, that you would use. So that adhesive is red in these. You could go ahead and get yourself one of these. Let me see if I can move this out of my way. But you could get yourself one of these from Amazon or from eBay or whatever, and it's got 200 different pieces in it. Again, the majority of what you're going to be using is the red. You can also get the red in containers of like 1,000 or 500 or even as little as 100. But if you're using these, you're going to use, let's say you had a bad pixel, you're going to need 6 of these. So one for each wire. So there's, your data, your power, your ground, and then your data, your power, and your ground on the other side. So you need 6 of those bad boys. They're about, I want to say when I buy them in bulk, they're around 8 to 11 cents each. When I was younger, I had more time than money, but now that I'm older, I have more money than time. So I don't mind spending, a few bucks on these connectors if it's going to save me some time, especially when you're dealing with the quantities of pixels that I'm now dealing with. So once you connect that, again, you just add heat, and I'll show you that after I show you my other way of doing these this connection. So instead of doing the meet and greet connection, I like to call it, I do what's called the bell wrap. And the bell wrap is you bring both wires together like so, and then you twist them in opposite directions. So like this. And that makes a pretty tight connection right there. If you just put heat shrink on it, it would probably last. I don't recommend that at all. I don't recommend that. But it would probably last. And then again, I go back to my little trick. I look for the flared out side, which is larger on one end, and then bring it onto the wire like so over your splice. And again, twist it back and forth so it doesn't get hung up. And we're on, and now we apply our heat. I like the low heat. That way I don't destroy the insulation on both ends of the heat shrink. But to speed up this video, let's try some heat, some super heat. that's it. So this is a little cheapy $10 or $12 heat gun from Harbor Freight. You can get a coupon and get it for cheap. And my other little trick is, let me see if I can adjust this for you. Oh, maybe, is this little guy here. So if you can see that right there, that is a 3D printed Harbor Freight heat gun holder, which I absolutely adore. I love that little bad boy. And that's the end of that video.